What's going on, everybody? Mike here, AX Garage. Welcome back to the channel. We have another video on TJ's Integra Type S. Now, on the previous video, we done a bunch of stuff under the hood. And on today's video, we're gonna start off some wheels and tires. And TJ's gonna tell you guys a little bit more about them. All right, TJ, so what do we have here, man?
All right, we have a set of Vossen HF-5s. I honestly got these wheels pretty much because I thought Mike's blue Integra looked really clean on the matte gunmetal. And so I wanted to get same wheel, except I went with a little bit different color combo since I got the gray, Integra. We ended up going with a custom finish Satin Black HF-5 here. It's a deep concave. Since it's a custom finish, what they do is they drill the bolt pattern to whatever bolt pattern you'd like. Ours is 5x120. They also drill the center bore to pretty much the exact center bore spec of the car. So now we don't even need hub rings. We can do a custom offset, which I went ahead and got a +38 offset. So it should be nice and flush. And then at the same time, I opted to get the upgraded Billet center caps with the red billet on there, which is absolutely amazing. It will offset the calipers great, and bring a little bit of color into the wheel. And also we opted to get the Vossen lug nuts as well with the Vossen wheel lock kit. And we just got the whole setup, and I think it's gonna look amazing.
Now, as far as the tires go, we're able to use the same tires that came with the vehicle, the Michelin PS4S.
Yeah, we're gonna use the same tire setup, being that this is pretty much the same width and size rim as what the stock comes with, 19 by 9.5. So everything will transfer over and it'll flow really good, pretty much how the stock wheel goes.
Yeah, the stock wheel is a +60 and this is a +38, so it's 22 millimeter more aggressive, which give it a really nice stand. So I guess next up, let's go ahead and get the car up, get the stock wheels off so we can get the stock tires off the car and we can get everything mounted up.
That's right. Before we get started here, we have a really cool product that we want to show you guys. And it's a TPMS sensor kit here that we're going to go ahead and program. I'm going to go ahead and show you what we got. So this is an Autel Maxi TPMS kit. And basically, it is TPMS sensors that you can actually interchange, which is pretty cool. You can interchange the tops here. And so with the factory car, our sensors are silver. And so now we're going to be going and installing sensors in our wheels, which are black. And essentially silver stems, it's kind of going to be a little weird. So what we did is we got these Autel sensors, and they're interchangeable. Really, you can just take this stem out, which is a rubber stem, and you can add in a black metal stem. There's also black silver stems as well, but we're opting to go with the black metal stem because it will still look like the factory OEM metal TPMS sensor, but now we have a black to match the wheels, and it's actually pretty cool. You can pretty much color match your stems to your wheels now. And so basically what you're going to do is you're going to have these sensors, and you're going to use the Autel Maxi TPMS tool, which is a scan tool that is solely for pretty much copying TPMS IDs, or you can read TPMS IDs from the OBD. I mean, there's different ways that you can actually program these sensors to the car, and then when you put them in your wheels, it's like the car never even knew you had TPMS off. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much show you guys how this works. There's multiple ways that you can program the TPMS ID. I'm gonna go ahead and show you two different ways, the ways that I like to do it. And the first way I'm gonna show you is you pretty much can take this and go up to your TPMS and scan it and get the ID right off it. So pretty much you're just gonna go into quick mode. Select your Acura, your Integra, or whatever Acura you want to use, in case we're using the Integra. That right there, and then we pretty much just can scan all sensors. And now it's going to show you left front wheel, We're going to go ahead and scan the left front wheel here. And there we go. Now we have our left front ID here scanned from the car and scanned right off the wheel itself. So we're going to go ahead and back out. We're going to go down here and hit Program Sensor, right? Copy by activation. And there's our left front ID that we just copied from the wheel itself. And pretty much we're going to take this sensor, put it right here, hit copy, and let it do its thing. It should be about, about 10-15 seconds or so that it starts programming. And there it goes. So now once that's done programming, we have our left front TPMS ID programmed to this Autel sensor. And now once we put this in our wheel, our aftermarket wheels, put them on the car doesn't even know we have aftermarket sensors. And there it is. Okay, so you guys saw the first way that we like to do it. The second way that I like to do it, which I like this method because I can take all the readings right from the actual control unit of the car and go one at a time and rewrite my IDs. So basically we're gonna go ahead, I like to go here in advanced mode, Acura, we'll do Integra, our thing here, and then we'll go and we will program sensor. Hit program sensor, and now we have copy by OBD. We hit copy by OBD, ignition is on, yes, it's gonna communicate. Now it has every sensor that we have on the car that's already in the control unit that's in the car, and we can basically stick one of these in here and go ahead and copy our sensor right from our OBD. Now we already did the left front, so we'll go down and do the right front, and I'm just gonna hit copy and we'll let it do its thing again, and then it will program our sensor for our right front. And now once this is done programming, I'm going to show you something that's actually really cool. It's something that this programmer has that, it's almost like a foolproof way of knowing which sensor is programmed. So you don't program the same one twice. Okay, now that it's programmed, I'm going to go ahead and show you this. Now we got that sensor copied to this TPMS, and what I like about this is you see the little icon just to the right of the ID that we just programmed. That actually lets you know that we already programmed that ID, so you can never program the same ID twice in case maybe you forgot, oh, did I program the right front already, or did I program one of the wheels and did I do it twice? And so that will let you know that it's already programmed, move on to the next ID and program the next one.
Guys, this is such an amazing tool, very, very handy, and we'll have all the link down description just in case you guys are interested. Now next up, we'll go ahead and program the rest of the sensors. Then we're gonna take the wheels and tire off. Then we're gonna have mount the tires to our new wheels.
All right, so we just finished programming our last sensor, and this tool is a very awesome tool to have. It can program these Autel sensors. Basically you have to get the sensors from Autel, but these are very high quality sensors, and so you can basically program these to fit basically 99% of makes and models that are out there, and it'll work just like factory.
And with the Vossen HF-5 with a plus 38 offset, much more aggressive than a stock one. And now we can go ahead and take off these 20mm spacer. And we got the HF-5 on the car. It looks absolutely amazing. Now you can see the back wheel still off the car because we got something else to show you. So let's go and bring the car up, then we'll show you what we have.
We're gonna finish off here with these RV6 Performance Rear Camber Arms. And these actually go on the lower side and replace the factory lower arm. And this will adjust your camber. I actually like these a lot better because all the other camber arms are the ones up here. And to get these camber arms out, I mean, it is kind of a pain in the butt. So I'm glad that RV6 came out with these and make our life a lot easier. All right, so as far as the adjustment goes on these, you just loosen up these lock nuts here, and you actually have a place to put a wrench on here, and you can just spin it, and that'll move it in and out, adjust your camber settings. And from RV6, they send them the same length as your factory arm, so you can just bolt this right in, take it over to your line rack, and just make your adjustments from there.
here we go, guys. Satin Black HF-5 and a liquid carbon Integra Type S. How you like it so far, TJ?
I think it's looking nice and aggressive.
Man, love the swift swing. The drop is just perfect on this car here. Definitely the rear camber a little bit. As you can see, it is tilted in, so the RV6 arm gonna come in clutch. Let's go and put a alignment rack, get the alignment done, and we'll take it for a road test.
Nice.
All right, so here we have the reading for the rear. We obviously have some negative camber issues, not far away from the factory specs, a little off on the passenger side, but now with these RV6 camber arm, I'm able to get it back to factory specs. So first we're gonna start off with the rear camber, then we're gonna go ahead and move on to the toe. Hey guys, we got the suspension all dialed in on TJ's Integra Type S, but we got something else to show you.
All right, so like Mike just mentioned, we just finished up the alignment, and we have one more thing to toss on the car here and show you guys. This is a strut bar from Moto. It is carbon fiber. This is actual real dry carbon fiber here. And this is something I thought that would match the engine bay very, very well. As you can see, the engine cover is red and carbon, and it is a very nice match to the engine cover here. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in. This is a prototype. It's not available yet. It will be available in the next couple months, so just keep a lookout for it, and you'll be able to get it for your FL5 or your ITS. And yeah, I think it's gonna match really good. All right, so we just finished putting on the Moto strut bar, and we actually just got a couple more parts in that I am kind of excited to put on because it's going to dress up the engine bay quite a bit here. And these are Chasing J's titanium. You got a titanium fuse box cover and a titanium ECU cover. So these pretty much are just going to stick right onto your fuse box cover and your ECU cover. And it'll dress up the engine bay, quite nice, and should match with our titanium inlet a little bit here, and just give it a little bit more pizzazz under the hood. And you know, these things are really nice titanium pieces, so let's get going.
So we got the Chasing J titanium covers all finished up there, and we actually got one more thing to finish. TJ, what do you got here?
We have a Spoon Sports radiator cap to go along with our radium coolant tank here. And I actually like this.
Yeah, I think it's dressed up real nice.
Yeah, I like it. Also, it's black and red, so it goes with our theme.
All right, guys, so we all finished up an engine bay now. The last videos, a lot of you guys are asked, what does this car make on the dyno? And this is exactly where we're going now. We're gonna take a short ride to STP to find out what's this car make at the wheel. All right, guys, so we're here at STP. We're gonna find out what TJ makes. But before we do that, I got my car in a dyno because we already got some dyno numbers from before at Phearable. We got 388 horsepower and 400 foot-pound of torque. What do you say, TJ?
I say I'm gonna beat him.
I don't know why TJ thinks competition. The funny thing's gonna be is that when I make more power than him, then what are you gonna do?
If he makes more power, I'm doing a part-of video in the next video.
So we're getting ready to do the dyno pull, and TJ's over here sending the car up to get the VSA off. So all the traction control, none of that could be activated, so we can get a true number from the dyno here. So you get some spray on the tires to prevent it from spinning on the dyno.
I think fourth gear. Yeah, it's fourth is the one to one.
I think fourth.
Yeah, it's fourth.
I think it's
Yeah.
fourth. I think it's fourth.
That's on camera. So if you don't care, I was thinking about this. You got that Wednesday card, don't you?
And we got a car all prepped up here, VSA disabled, so I think we're ready to go for a couple of dyno pulls on TJ's car now. right, guys, so here we go. The last run, we let the car cool off just a little bit. And now we're gonna do our last pull. We did 3 prior, and we're hoping to get over 400 horsepower. Moment of truth right here. Mission accomplished. Hey, shake hand, everybody, shake hand. A round of applause, a round of applause.
All right, so we got the car back here at the shop. You guys got to see all the dyno results, and I think it was pretty cool to see a lot of the differences. First off, difference between the blue car on the dyno over in Tampa and the blue car on the dyno over here in Fort Lauderdale. So it's neat to see. I think we had about, what, like a 6 or 7 horsepower difference between the two dynos, which I think 10 horsepower is pretty much acceptable variance between these units. The other really nice thing is we got to see TJ's car, or Type S Terry, I'll tell you that. And he was able to, with some different modifications from the blue car, get over 400 horsepower on a pretty much stock setup with full bolt-ons. And that was one of the goals that he had on it. I know between the two cars, there's a difference in downpipes, more manufacturer, less in the fact that they're both still catted, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Both still catted. Yours is a PRL and yours is a 2-step?
RV6.
RV6, okay, there you go. So, but still a high flow cat, slight differences in it, but not too much. I wouldn't think there's too much performance difference between the two. They're probably pretty similar horsepower.
Yeah, I think one
wise.
is like a 300 cell cat, one's a 400 cell cat,
So minimal differences. TJ's also rocking this intake. What's this intake called?
That's a Ram Air.
Oh, Ram Air.
Ram Air.
And I will say this,
Induction
it sounds very, very good on the dyno. Mike has the stock intake on the blue one. So he has the same inlet pipe, but air filter and intake wise is all stock. So the other thing that was different on TJ's car is he worked with Phearable, and one of the things he offers as an option is a remote tune through the web page, and where he went ahead and put like a, was it like 2 gallons of ethanol in to bring him to like E20. And then they data logged, sent information back and forth. He tweaked it out through, as I think his phrase was, spicy timing.
Yeah, so spicy timing.
A little spicy timing on there, and that was able to get us up over the mark. Another thing I know that we were able to notice is that when you let the car cool down, it can be the difference between 10 to 15 horsepower on the dyno, which was pretty significant. Yeah. I think we gave the car 30 minutes to cool down.
Yeah, after like, we did what, 2 runs?
Yeah.
And then we let it cool down.
And the same thing on Mike's car
Mike's,
too.
Yeah.
So heat sinking is a pretty significant thing on any turbo car. And even with optimal temperatures and humidity like we had last night, it still didn't make a huge difference.
I think the average loss was like 10 horsepower between the cold and the hot.
Yeah, which is significant for numbers. Now, that's also a stationary car sitting on a dyno. The car is going to cool a lot better when you're on the road and you have all the air pushing through the front end. It makes a big difference. So that being said, with some other options that Phearable offers, you could squeeze some more out of it. As far as this goes right now, it's in its current form, it's maxed out. So now there's other options, and I know that TJ's pretty en route to be trying these options to squeeze the most amount of power we can get.
Yeah, we want to get
out of this little baby turbo right here. We're going to push that thing to the limit, and then so it's more all on the fuel side now. I think that's where it really lies. It's going to be, can we get more fuel to the motor, run more ethanol, throw some more timing at it, and then we can turn it up.
See what we can get on a stock turbo.
I mean, at one point, the turbo's just going to blow hot air. I know there's another mod I forgot to say. You have the charge pipe on here, which isn't going to increase horsepower, but should increase throttle response and the way the car builds boost. And you don't have to worry about any of the plastic stuff failing.
We are still running the same boost level as the blue car as well. We didn't
Same
turn the
boost level.
boost up.
So it's just timing that's
yeah,
really that they're throwing
the
at
boost is still the same boost levels. I didn't see it go up from the two,
so that I'm sure that, so in that case, the turbo's not doing any more work. It's just the timing you can throw at it to pull more power out of the motor. So that's the beauty of ethanol. The goal is, I think, to get up to 50% ethanol capacity, give or take.
I mean, I've seen other cars running 50%, but they're also on a fuel system, on a turbo upgrade and all that. So, I mean, you know, I want to do it. I want to do flex fuel, and I want to do the fuel system upgrade so we can run flex fuel and see where we get with whatever E30, 40, 50, and see where it gets on a stock turbo before I think about making an upgrade.
So the cool thing about this power plant is it's almost identical to the FK8. So as far as fuel system upgrades, it's already, there's a formula out there for it. Honda offers injector upgrades, mechanical fuel pump, and in-tank. It's an expensive route to get that power out of it, and then I believe you'll max your turbo out pretty quick once you get to that point. So, you know, we're waiting on that flex fuel, maybe do an in-tank fuel pump, maybe do injectors. The mechanical pump is very expensive. So I think the whole idea is to just see where we can go or get it ready for a turbo upgrade. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
It's not my money. It's his money.
Here's the thing: is I've seen MHI turbo, which has very similar spool time, which I like. The problem is I've only been seeing 440s, 450s out of it.
It's not significant horsepower gain for the money.
Yeah, I mean, for the money you're gonna spend on it, if I can pull another 20 horsepower out of a stock turbo with just a 85 blend, flex fuel kit, upgraded fuel system, I mean,
that would be the best bang for the buck.
know?
And if you do upgrade turbo, you got to do all the stuff. Then you got to start thinking about your clutch. And then you got to see where the limit of the motor is internally.
And I also don't want to lose the spool and the drivability of how quick this thing gets up there. Like, it just hits so fast.
That's the beauty of a stock turbo. But I think for now, this thing's pretty cool. There's definitely more stuff on the way, as long as we get TJ to bust his wallet open and keep buying parts. And I mean, you guys gotta continue to follow this because, I mean, it's pretty cool. I think this guy's trying to be the most horsepower type of, I don't know, something like that. But definitely,
it may already be the highest stock turbo Integra.
It could be. Who knows? You know, we can't blow up his ego too much, then we can't fit in the shop together. But but yes, definitely like, follow, subscribe, and be ready for the next stuff we have going on. And I'm going to say this again because every time I get to end the video, hopefully my car's coming along soon in the process, and that, you know, maybe, who knows, you know. But we have a bunch of different projects going on, a lot of different things. So definitely stick around and definitely comment and tell us what you think about Type S Terry's Fast Type S over here.